I was really impacted by it. And we all have our different concepts of spirituality, and many of us have been to dark places and had very negative, dark spiritual experiences. And wherever you are in your spiritual journey, the beautiful thing, I was given an opportunity in 2005 to come into and understand that I had a spiritual problem and I needed a spiritual solution. And I was at a homeless shelter, and no one said what it was. It needed to be a power greater than myself. And I know that you people don't have a lot of power, and the doorknob doesn't have a lot of power. And electricity is cool, but I can control that too. And I just had this concept of God, and to me, God's not a name, it's a concept. One that creates, one that has made everything, one that exists outside of the creation of time, space, and matter. The creator of this is not in it, but it's the essence of the creator is in it. And there's a design for it and a manual. And I believe that this God has left us a manual and an essence of his spirit, and that we can come alive in that. So this was an impactful, non-descriptive of a spiritual experience. So we're in a boat, it got sunk, and there was people in a lifeboat raft, and they were hoping to get saved, and there ended up to be no one. Portion, there was another person that got taken into the boat, and at the beginning there was 10 people and now there's none, but this little girl that didn't speak. One of the men that they found was named the Lord. This is my reading. I feel extinguished, distinguished, important. No, I don't know what the right word is, but I feel proper or something. Should have dressed up better. All right, here we go. The chapter, the sea. It's called Sea, like the ocean. I don't know how far across the Atlantic I have traveled. One night I saw a large boat on the horizon. I fired a flare. Nothing. I could make out the colors. Another flare. Nothing. I've accepted that rescue will be impossible. I am too small, too insignificant. I'm a man in a raft, and if I am supposed to survive, the currents hold my fate. The oceans of the world are connected. Annabelle. So perhaps I am meant to pass from one to another in a ceaseless looping of the planet. Or maybe, in the end, Mother Sea will take me as a mother bear takes her weak and sickly cub. Put me out of my misery. Perhaps that would be best. Whatever awaits, that's what will be. The sick and elderly sometimes say, "Let me go. I'm ready to meet the Lord." But what do I have to do for such surrender? I already met the Lord. Looking back on these pages, I see I stopped writing after little Alice spoke first time. I remember only darkness after that. I must have blacked out. The shock of losing Lambert and Jerry, the effort swimming after weeks of inactivity, all that left me a gasless gas tank. When I came to, the sun was gone and the evening sky was indigo blue. Alice was sitting on the edge of the raft, lit by the moonlight, her narrow arms crossed in her lap. She wore one of Jerry's white t-shirts, which hung over her knees. The bangs of her hair fluttered with the breeze. "Alice, why do you call me that?" she said. Her voice was childlike, yet clear and precise. "We had to call you something," I said. What's your real name?" She smiled. "Alice will do." My throat was dry. My eyes were sticky with sleep. As I turned my head, the empty raft brought a sickening wave of grief. "Everyone is gone." "Yes," she said. "The sharks got Jerry. I couldn't save her. And Lambert, I couldn't save him either." I thought about those final moments in the water, and then I remembered. "Alice," I said, lifting up to my elbows. Did you say that you were the Lord?" I am. What do you mean? Just what I said. But you're a child. Isn't the Lord in all children? I blinked several times. My thinking was foggy. Wait, then who is the man that we pulled in from the water? She didn't answer. Alice, my voice rose. Why did that man die? Are you just mimicking him? Who are you really? Why didn't you speak before now? She uncrossed her arms, got to her feet, and walked toward me without the slightest wobble. She crouched by my side, her legs crossed, her small legs crossed in front of her. I stared wordless as she lifted my right hand and placed it inside of hers. She said, "Sit with me, Benjamin." We sat through the evening and through the night without saying another word. It's not that I couldn't speak, Annabelle. It's that the inclination was suddenly gone. I know it sounds strange, but all protest within me had vanished. Holding her hand was like the key turning a tumbler. My body melted, my breath calmed. As the minutes passed, I seemed to get smaller. The heavens grew enormous. When a spread of glowing stars took over the sky, it drew tears to my eyes. We sat like that until the dawn, when the sun broke over the horizon and its rays shot out in every direction. The reflection sent a path of glimmering diamonds through the chop and all the way to our raft. In that moment, the gift of human existence, oops, in that moment, it was possible to believe that the world was nothing more than water and sky. That land was not even a concept, and all that man had upon it was inconsequential. I realized this is what it means to forgo everything and be, and I knew I was. Now, Benjamin, Alice said softly, ask me what you wish. My voice felt buried deep in my windpipe. I dragged up the words like a bucket from a well. Who was he? The man who called himself the Lord. An angel I spoke through. Why did he ask for food and water? To see if you would share it. Why was he so quiet? To see if you would listen. I looked away. Lambert killed him. Did he? She said. I turned back. Her expression was calm. I swallowed hard, unsure I wanted to ask the next question, but I know I had to. Was Jason Lambert my father? She shook her head no. I was instantly overwhelmed with emotion. I the hate I had for that man, the anger I had harbored toward the world because of him, it came gushing out of me. It was like I was being socked continuously in the stomach. How wrong I was. How misdirected my rage. I banged my fist in the wet raft floor and howled until I reached the bottom of my soul. And there lay the question that had been driving my life every minute I lost you. I looked straight and I asked it, why did my wife have to die? She nodded as if this was expected. She placed her other hand on top of my palm. When somebody passes Benjamin, people always ask, why did God take them? A better question would be, why did God give them to us? What did we do to deserve their love, their joy, the sweet moments we shared? Didn't you have such moments with Annabelle? Every day I rasped. These moments are a gift, but their end is not a punishment. I am never cruel, Benjamin. I know you before you were born. I know you after you die. My plans for you are not defined by this world. Beginnings and endings are earthly ideas. I go on. And because I go on, you go on with me. Feeling loss is part of why you are on earth. Through it, you appreciate the brief gift of human existence, and you learn to cherish the world I created for you. But the human form is not permanent. It was never meant to be. That gift belongs to the soul. I know the tears you shed, Benjamin, When people leave this earth, their loved ones always weep. She smiled. But I promise you, those who leave do not. She lifted a hand and motioned upward. And at that instant, Annabelle, I can hardly describe it. The open air seemed to sweep aside. The blue reflection of the atmosphere melted into the most brilliant light, a color for which I had no words for. In that light, I saw more souls than there were stars in the sky. Yet somehow, I could see the contented faces of each and every one of them. Among the faces, I saw my loving mother, and I saw you. I need nothing else. Thank you.